Hello, everybody. Welcome to the List Critics 2. List it, baby.
Mission to Moscow.
Mission to Moscow.
The one that people try to forget.
Honestly, we try to forget all of them except the first one.
Yeah, that's true. My name's Armageddon Time, by the way.
Oh, yes, and I'm NecroVMX.
Hmm.
You guys already knew that.
And if you didn't, well, you know.
But if you didn't, well, what the fuck you doing here?
Eh.
Oh, man. Did you just, randomly find this video while you were looking for, top 10 huge boobs?
We're a couple of boobs, aren't we?
Yeah, get ready for boobs. Hey, it's us. We're boobs. Okay, all right. I got some lists from Cracked here. Let's start off with that.
That's a good start.
Yeah. How about top five bullshit facts everyone believes about World War II?
Oh, okay.
You know, World War II was kind of like the biggest event of the 20th century. There's a lot of misinformation out there.
I kind of heard about it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Saving Private Ryan, but I wasn't really paying attention and the sound was off, so you know.
Really? That was a great movie, though.
No, I actually did. It was amazing. Anyway.
All right, number 5, and a lot of people do believe that World War II was a war based on technology. Of course, atomic weapons were involved. They were just talking about, who has the better technology. When in fact, it's not the case. As a matter of fact, horses were one of the most important resources during World War II.
Horses?
Yep.
Huh.
Even the famous Panzer armies of Germany had 15,000 more horses than motors.
That's crazy. Well, they should have had dragoons. That's the way to go.
Dragoons.
Mm.
Dragon tank.
Yeah.
Number 4, the Nazis came really close to developing an atomic bomb. That was the fear, obviously, but they weren't anywhere near that.
I figured, I don't know if that was true or not, but I figured they were working on, the big one.
They didn't have, an Einstein like we did,
They were working on the occult. Yeah. Although maybe that was a bullshit fact, too. Who knows?
No, actually, that's been pretty much proven that they had a weird interest in black magic. Yeah. Number 3, the Nazis were an efficient bureaucratic machine. Well, to a certain extent, but the German government wasn't doing so well. They were putting everything into the war, and they really weren't running the country that well.
Yeah, I guess if everything's about the war, you forget about home, right?
Yeah, I guess so, right? Number 2, the greatest generation was better than later generations. Well, because they call it the greatest generation, the generation that fought in World War II. To be honest, they were shitheads just as much as this generation is.
Every generation is a shithead in some way.
Absolutely. Listen to World War II's draft-dodging numbers were greater than Vietnam's and World War I's.
Oh my God.
Desertion rates between World War II and Vietnam were pretty much neck and neck. So there you go. And a lot of soldiers during World War II died due to alcoholism.
What?
Yeah. Well,
they just couldn't take it, man.
Well, a lot, in war, you got to take your mind off of things. A lot of soldiers are finding ways to get blotto, and a lot of them were drinking, homemade, liquor that somebody distilled with the radiator. You know what I mean? And something that wasn't too healthy.
Yeah, it was like moonshine, but worse.
And the number one biggest misconception is that World War II. That have you ever heard it called the last good war?
No.
Well, okay. People call it that because the belief is that there was a great amount of support for World War II, and then you think of wars that happened after that: Korea, why were we there? Vietnam, the Middle East and everything.
Iraq.
Well, that said the Middle East. Anyway, check this out. Most people oppose the war at home.
Really?
Yeah. Wounded soldiers returned to find that folks in the home front treated them like lepers.
Yee.
Yeah. So the bad treatment that, say, the Vietnam guys got when coming home wasn't all that unusual. It was happening pretty much with every war.
Well, Americans sure took their time coming into the war. Canada and the Brits and the rest of the Allies were fighting for a couple of years until you guys are like...
See, that's the thing. That's part of the reason is because the vast majority of Americans didn't believe that we had any business in it.
You would have eventually.
Well, we got attacked, so we did get drawn into it. So there you go. There you go. Out of 5, I'll give this 5. This is all very factual.
I've learned something today. That gives it a 5.
What is this shit?
Granted, I'll probably forget it tomorrow.
I'll try not to. Oh, I had 2 copies of the list thing open. Let me just check something. See which one's the newer one. Oh, they're both exactly the same. Alright, I'll just close that one. Alright then. I don't know why I had 2 copies of it open. That was weird.
Because we're list critics too. That's why.
Oh, snap! Hey, that must have been it. Damn. Okay. So how about let's go to Listverse. Let's see. How about 10 surprising facts about Bruce Lee?
Okay, I've seen a couple of his movies. They're very good.
Well, he was certainly entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. You know what? You know what? Never mind. I did this with Tanya. I just forgot to delete it.
Oh, damn.
Sorry. Didn't mean to get y'all excited there. Yeah, it looks like I didn't delete some of the lists that I did on List Critics here.
Oh, no. I wonder if you already did the World War II one.
World War II one, I'm pretty sure I had not done that, but if I did, oh well.
Oh, my.
Okay, here's something for from the escapistmagazine.com, submitted by Alex Shannon, and this is 8 companies Mark Zuckerberg got himself for his birthday.
Lucky guy.
Well, of course you know who Mark Zuckerberg is.
Facebook?
Yep, he created Facebook. So today, well, this was not today, but this is what the article says, because it's written on May 14th, Mark Zuckerberg reached the ripe old age of 30. To celebrate his birthday, let's look at 8 companies that have been acquired by Facebook for various reasons. Let's all wish him a happy birthday with a list of companies Facebook will use to take over the world. As if they haven't already.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember Friendster?
Kind of.
Actually owned by Facebook right now.
Okay.
Bought it in 2010 for $40 million for their intellectual property and patents.
I didn't think anybody ever used Friendster.
Well, I didn't think it would have been worth $40 million.
Yeah, like, how much would MySpace have cost?
Oh, God. Probably about $40 right now, right?
Yeah.
The next one is... Wow, okay. The American Farm Bureau Federation.
What?
They had owned the website, the domain name fb.com. Which Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook purchased for $8.5 million.
So he pretty much bought a URL for $8 million.
Yes, exactly. Well, think about that, though. fb.com, that's huge.
Yeah, it's 2 letters.
Yeah. The next one, of course, this is very publicized. Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah, I remember that.
They bought Instagram in 2012 for $1 billion.
Dun, dun, dun.
Next up,
Yeah.
they bought Lightbox.com, which is a photo sharing tech for an undisclosed amount.
Oh, a little something under the table.
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe a handy.
Oh, God. Another domain that they bought, Face.com, for about $100 million.
Face! Really? Only $100 million for Face.com?
Well, yeah. Who knows?
Did they buy Book.com while they're at it?
Probably not. I would think not. Try to go to Book.com, see if it brings you to Facebook.
Yeah.
I bet you Amazon owns that.
That seems likely.
The next one is the WhatsApp.
Okay, I remember that acquisition.
Yep, $19 billion.
$19 billion?
Yes, $19 billion.
Okay, I didn't think WhatsApp was that big of a deal.
There are some countries in Europe that don't have $19 billion.
Yeah.
Point that out. Okay, next up is, of course, the Oculus VR. And that was purchased for $2 billion.
Wow.
Now, it's kind of crazy. They paid a lot more for WhatsApp than they did for Oculus.
And I mean, WhatsApp could have been invented by some dude in his basement, man. You don't need a whole company for that kind of thing.
Oh, well, I don't think it was, because that was a cross-platform mobile messaging thing. That was a huge show of technology. I don't think that like some dude in his garage is able to do that.
No, I don't know. I don't know technology.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's 8 companies Mark Zuckerberg bought for his birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, motherfucker. I'll give that an 8 out of 8. That was interesting to know some of the numbers involved in that.
I'm still interested in the undisclosed amount, so I gotta give that an 8 as well.
Don't they realize that when they don't tell us, that makes us want to know even more?
Yeah, hey, why doesn't, like Anonymous get on that and find out?
Probably because they would be arrested.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, so this next list is actually not even an opinion. I kind of not sure if I should do this, but we'll try it and see what you think. This is from Wikipedia, actually. This is not even an opinion list. This is a factual list.
Oh.
It's the top... How many is here? Let's see. Well, it goes up to like 76, but there's a lot of ties on here. So it's not quite that many. Well, it's about that amount. Most expensive movies ever made, with taking inflation into account as well.
Oh, excellent. Taking inflation into account. I like that.
So keep in mind, it seems like I'm going to be jumping around here, but it's because there's a lot of ties. So tied for 76th place, costing $155 million to make, were Robin Hood and Alexander.
Which Robin Hood?
The most recent one, the Russell Crowe film.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought that was that expensive. I think most of it probably went to getting Russell Crowe and Ridley Scott.
You know, it probably did.
Yeah.
And as for Alexander, well, I don't know.
That movie sucked.
Yeah.
I liked Robin Hood, though.
I never saw Robin Hood.
It was pretty good. You can't expect too much, though. Okay, all of these are tied for 69th place. It cost $160 million to make. We have Sahara, Fast and Furious 6, Van Helsing, Poseidon, Shrek the Third, Inception, and Godzilla, the most recent Godzilla.
Jeez, talk about jumping around the movie map.
It's kind of interesting that, Sahara, which came out in 2005, cost the same amount of money to make as Godzilla, which came out this year.
That's true, and I don't know. I heard mixed reviews of Godzilla.
I heard it was pretty good.
And
68, number 68, Cowboys and Aliens, costs $163 million to make. Most of which I assume was due to the cast.
Well, you had freaking James Bond in there.
You had Daniel Craig, you had Olivia Wilde, you had Harrison Ford. He doesn't come cheap.
Nah.
So there you go.
Wonder how much he's getting paid for the new Star Wars.
Probably some obscene amount of money.
But Cowboys and Aliens, that was great.
You know, you wouldn't think that that's going to be a good movie based on the fact that the title is fucking stupid. But it was pretty good.
Yeah?
Han Solo and James Bond fighting aliens in the Old West.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that was based on a comic book?
I think you might have told me before, but I didn't know of the existence of the comic book previous.
Yeah, it was Cowboys and Aliens, written by Van Lente.
And then the tagline, because why not?
Tied for 66th place, 2 animated movies, How to Train Your Dragon and Wreck-It Ralph.
I liked both of those a lot.
I haven't seen either of those, but I've heard very good things about both of them.
Wreck-It Ralph had tons of homages to old video games. And
that was the point of it, really.
And How to Train Your Dragon was just good.
I heard that was shockingly good, actually.
Yes.
65th place, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, which cost $167 million.
Jeez, where'd all that money go? Special effects, I guess? Not the script.
I like that movie. First of all, Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's like $25-30 million right there. And then, special effects, obviously.
That one was...
It was a lot of fun, dude. You can't expect it to be Terminator 1.
Or Terminator 2.
Yeah.
But it was okay.
Alright, a bunch of them tied for 56th place here. Snow White and the Huntsman, Thor the Dark World, Wild Wild West, G.I. Joe the Rise of Cobra, Iron Man 2, Tron Legacy, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and Guardians of the Galaxy. All of these cost $170 million.
Holy Wild Wild West. That's not new.
Yeah, that's 1999.
And I actually kind of like that movie.
Oh, that was so bad, dude.
You know what the weird thing is? There's a lot of spiders in it. I don't know if I could watch it now.
The guy that produced that was obsessed with spiders.
Fuck.
He was obsessed with them. He was originally, before he was working on Wild Wild West, he was actually working on a Superman movie that never got off the ground. He had Kevin Smith write the script.
I remember.
And they were going to have Nicolas Cage play Superman. It may have been a really good movie because apparently the script was really good, but this guy put a lot of weird restrictions on Kevin Smith. Like, he said there can't be any scenes where Superman is flying, a lot of weird shit. Like, he wanted to have Lex Luthor punch a polar bear, and he wanted a giant robot spider.
Well,
the guy came up as really, really insane, and then, Kevin Smith wound up watching Wild Wild West and recognized a lot of the ideas that this guy had wound up in Wild Wild West, which was a terrible movie.
Now, I don't mind the robotic spider. It's when we get into the real ones that I start to have a problem.
Well, he was obsessed with spiders for some reason.
Arachnophilia, I'll never understand it, man.
Number 55, Waterworld, which cost $172 million. And again, was a terrible movie.
I don't think it made it back, or did it make it back worldwide?
I doubt it. I don't know how much it made.
Well,
I really doubt it.
Isn't it one of the biggest box office flops?
I don't know if it was a flop. I know that it didn't. It was a commercial flop.
Or yeah,
critical flop rather. I just I read this. The worldwide total was $264 million, which is almost a profit because a movie has to make back twice its gross profit. 47. All of these are tied for 47. Troy, Evan Almighty, Monsters vs. Aliens, Up, A Christmas Carol, 47 Ronin, Maleficent, and Edge of Tomorrow all cost $175 million. I don't imagine that Evan Almighty, I don't know what the hell they were spending money on. Certainly special effects.
I thought it might have actually been special effects. Just because they are not very good doesn't mean there wasn't a lot of them.
That is true. You got a point there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe Morgan Freeman just demanded a lot of money to be in it.
Like, man, you're going to have to pay me a lot to be in this pile of shit.
Yeah, exactly. All right, tied for 43rd place, we have The Golden Compass, Pacific Rim, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and WALL-E. All cost $180 million.
It's kind of a running theme there for a couple of those, Like those.
It's interesting, like Chronicles of Narnia and Golden Compass, they came out within 2 years of each other, and they couldn't be more opposite of each other.
Well, yeah, the themes running through, right?
Yeah.
But they're still like the fantastical...
Yeah, that's true. Golden Compass was such a disappointment.
Oh, had you read it?
Yeah, and the book is really good. The movie was about half of the book. It didn't even finish the story.
Well, maybe they were hoping that if the movie did well, they would finish it? I don't know.
Well, they were planning on doing the other two books, but I don't know how they would have, because it didn't make much sense. They neutered that movie. They were afraid of offending people, so they neutered it, and then, of course, the fans didn't like it, and, whatever. All right, tied for 38th place, we have Brave, Jack the Giant Slayer, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, The Dark Knight, and Star Trek Into Darkness, all which cost $185 million.
A lot of good movies in there.
And Crystal Skull.
I liked Crystal Skull. I didn't love it.
It was bad. I liked that. And Jack the Giant Slayer was not exactly a good movie either.
I just didn't bother watching it.
Yeah. 37, World War Z, that cost $190 million to make, which I assume was spent on Brad Pitt's hair.
Oh, that's it?
Certainly wasn't the script.
I never saw World War Z, nor did I read the book.
Don't.
I mean, I like zombies.
Well, you might want to read the book. The book was good, though. The movies had nothing to do with anything. Number 36, costing $195 million, Transformers Dark of the Moon.
Ooh, I like that one.
That was probably the best one, although I haven't seen Age of Extinction yet.
Neither have I.
So there you go. All right, a lot of movies here tied for 21st place. We have Titanic, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, 2012, Spider-Man 2, Quantum of Solace, Terminator Salvation, Toy Story 3, Green Lantern, Cars 2, The Amazing Spider-Man, The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, Iron Man 3, Monsters University, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and X-Men Days of Future Past, all which cost $200 million to make.
Yeah, that seems like a nice round number to make a big budget movie.
You know, and I mean, obviously the odd one out there, the oldest one, Titanic, but that was like the most expensive movie at the time, and of course it certainly made more than that back.
It made like several times its budget back.
Oh, absolutely. It's the second most successful movie of all time.
I mean, I remember when it came out, I like fellow girls
it just wouldn't go away.
Like they were like, I've seen it 12 times. Like, you know the boat sinks, right?
Well, it had a good story, but I mean, at some point you want to kind of knock it off.
Yeah, like, well,
like I know somebody, like the one right under that, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, my friend Joe saw that in the theater 18 times, and I said, and I said to him, at some point, did the people at the theater look at you kind of funny and go, really, again?
I mean, 18 times, Revenge of all movies.
Yeah, I liked it too, but goddamn, I saw it once, and then I just bought the DVD.
Yeah, that's the thing to do.
Yeah, well, you know what it was that he had no air conditioner, it was the summer, his Xbox was broken, so he just went to the movies over there.
Shit.
I said, you know, there's other movies, though. I was really stuck on that. Okay. Number 20, Superman Returns cost $204, and that has to have been mostly special effects, because that was like a hell of a good special effect movie.
I still have yet to see it.
Oh, okay. Number 19, the most recent version of King Kong, which cost $207 million.
I remember being kind of lukewarm doing it. Like, I thought it was okay.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the original, but it was better than the one in the 70s, that's for sure.
Oh, I think, or maybe I saw, didn't they do like a sequel to the one in the 70s?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
I saw that one.
Oh, God. God.
Yes.
All right.
Very good.
Number 18, which cost $209 million, Battleship.
Jesus. I have not seen it, and I don't really plan on seeing it.
I don't really want to see Battleship. No, you know?
I played the game. I get it.
Yeah. Number 16, tied for 16th place, $210 million, X-Men The Last Stand, and Transformers Age of Extinction.
Ooh, very polarizing movies there.
Well, X-Men The Last Stand sucked. I don't know anybody that liked it.
Yeah, and then Age of Extinction, well, fans of the other Transformers movies said...
The crazy thing about X-Men The Last Stand is it took like 3 great movies to make up for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
We had to have like First Class, The Wolverine, and Days of Future Past to wipe that out.
I still have yet to see Age of Extinction and First Class to see the wiping of Last Stand. That should be pretty funny, though.
X-Men First Class was awesome. It was the best X-Men movie.
I've really got to get it. There's so many movies I have yet to see. It's a shame.
It's too bad you weren't around when we did the movie night. We had Andrew streamed it. We just had so much fun with that movie. It was awesome.
Oh.
All right, tied for 14th place, costing $215 million, Men in Black 3 and Oz the Great and Powerful. Now here you have 2 polarizing movies. Men in Black 3, some people didn't like it as much. Some people said, it was pretty good. Oz the Great and Powerful, same thing, got mixed reviews. So that's interesting there.
Yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag. I actually have, well, I sort of have Oz the Great and Powerful just because it seemed interesting, but I just haven't watched it yet.
There you go. It certainly has a great cast. You have James Franco, Mila Kunis, Rachel Weisz, Michelle Williams. I mean, all right. In 13th place, costing $220 million, The Avengers.
Oh, so good.
Explosions, explosions, explosions.
That's what I was in the mood
for. We have a Hulk. This was not a smart movie.
No.
It was a fun movie.
Very fun.
I mean, it's the kind of... It's not like Captain America Winter Soldier where it's like legitimately a really awesome movie. But it's like the kind of movie you just bro out, you know?
If you could bro fist the movie, you would.
Exactly. It is pretty much bro fist the movie. Number 8, tied for 8th place, costing $225 million, we have The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, The Lone Ranger, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, Man of Steel, and The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. The Lone Ranger, wow, that had to have been one of the biggest flops I've ever heard of.
Yeah, and, from what my dad, at least, had told me about Westerns back in the day, the reason they made them was they were cheap to make.
Well, this wasn't cheap at $225 million. This really did hurt Johnny Depp's career. It pretty much... Armie Hammer, I mean, who the hell is he anyway, right?
It's an awesome name, though.
I mean, it was just a really bad movie.
I don't know, what could have cost so much?
I assume there probably was a lot of effects in it.
I guess. Damn.
Johnny Depp cost $20 million right there, so... Number 7, costing $230 million, The Dark Knight Rises.
Very, very good.
I honestly, like, if you ask me which one did I like better, that or The Dark Knight, it's a tough call.
Yeah. I think I can safely say I like Dark Knight.
It's a tough call. I do say I think the second one was, like... See, here's the thing. Story-wise, I think Dark Knight Rises was a better movie.
Oh, really?
Performance-wise, I think Dark Knight was a better movie.
I think that's what pulled me in a little more. Like, even it was more believable with the acting. But Dark Knight Rises is awesome.
Number 6, costing $237 million, Avatar, of course, the most successful movie of all time.
Yeah, I saw it once in 2D, and I thought it was okay.
You know, that's pretty much it. I saw it once in 2D, and I thought it was average.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. Number 4, tied for number 4, costing $250 million, and this is funny, these two couldn't be any more different. John Carter and Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Of course, Harry Potter, very successful. John Carter, huge flop.
When you said Harry Potter, it kind of cut out for a sec, so it sounded like in my ear, it sounded like Harry Butthole.
Oh, well, I don't think that would make a lot of money either.
But yeah,
John Carter, and you think, like, how many flops, would you expect out of Disney? And here you have, like, in the top 10, John Carter was a huge flop, and Lone Ranger was a huge flop, so sometimes Disney can fail. Speaking of fail, number 3, costing $258 million, Spider-Man 3.
Wow. We're in number 3 territory here, and it did not do... I like it, though. I like Spider-Man.
Okay, well, here's the thing about Spider-Man 3. I didn't hate it. You know what I mean? It wasn't X-Men 3 level of bad, but it was bad. It was a mess.
Yeah, that's the problem. The one thing I could say about the movie was there was a bit too much going on.
Unfortunately, did you see Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No.
It was pretty much like, hey, remember Spider-Man 3? Let's do that again.
Because it worked so well the first.
Yeah, exactly. Let's have 3 villains and like 50 million different storylines.
Like, what's wrong with one villain and one superhero? Battling it out.
I agree with you, and that's what I thought the Amazing Spider-Man was really good. You had Spider-Man and you had the Lizard. You didn't have this whole shared... They're trying to set up that they're going to do a Spider-Man movie every year now.
Or like Sinister Six.
Well, yeah, they'll have Sinister Six, they'll have Venom, I think they're going to do Spider-Woman.
Sinister Six?
Alright, number 2, and I didn't know this movie was so expensive, $260 million was spent making Tangled.
What? Okay.
I mean, I understand animated movies are by their nature pretty expensive, but this was a movie where the biggest talent in it was Mandy Moore. How could they have spent that much money on it?
Yeah, like, there are other animated movies on this list that look just as fine.
What's the difference in the visuals between Tangled at number 2 and Brave, which was like number 38?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you. Maybe it's like, I don't know, stuff in the background, promotion, who knows?
And, okay, number 1, the most expensive movie ever made, Oh, and this is unadjusted for inflation, actually. The most expensive movie ever made, costing $300 million, and it sure looked like it cost that much. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
You know, I've still only seen the first one, and I really liked it.
I think that the second one was the best one.
Is that Dead Man's Chest?
Yes, that was really cool. The third one I liked as well, but it was confusing. There was a lot going on.
And was there one after At World's End?
Yes.
What was it?
Don't see it. It was called Pirates of the Caribbean. Don't see it. Okay, out of what was this, 70-something?
Ooh.
So, you know what I did enjoy? Out of 76, I'm going to give it like a 68. I actually enjoyed this more than I thought. It was an interesting discussion that it led to.
There were some things that kind of turned my head a little bit, so I think I'll give it a 70.
Yeah, it was fun to talk about, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I also have the same list adjusted for inflation. Now, here's the thing. I'm not sure I want to go through the whole thing. Let me take a glance at it and see how different it is.
Like, what about crack the top 10?
Okay, well, it's pretty much the same list. There's some other movies in here. I'm just going to I'm not going to do this, but it's still, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End is still the most expensive movie ever made. Like, Titanic is higher, Spider-Man 3 is the number 3 still. I mean, Tangled's at number 4. I mean, I'm just looking through this, just looking for things that are different. Like any movies that are, like Cleopatra's in there from 1963.
Wow.
What else is different in here? I see Quantum of Solace. That was not in the other list. It was.
It was, actually, yeah.
Cars 2 was not in the other one, though, I don't think.
Woohoo.
Armageddon, you know, there's a couple of older movies, but for the
Man, I like Armageddon. I own that shit on Blu-ray.
Oh, that must look nice on Blu-ray.
It does, man.
I don't want to do that list. It's like another 49, 50 movies, and it's like, really? It's the same fucking list.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. He sent me 3 lists. This is Alex Shen. He sent me 3 lists that are almost exactly the same. Now, what is the difference here? Let's see. Okay, record holders. What is this?
Longest at the box office? That would be interesting.
No, actually, this is... Okay. This is record holders, like, what was the most expensive movie of all time at that moment, and then what broke that.
Oh.
So this is not a numbered list, but it's actually a lot shorter than you'd think. I'll go through it really quickly, though. Okay, so first of all, we'll talk about 1922. There was a silent film, Foolish Wives, which cost a little bit over $1 million to make, and that was like the first one, you know.
But man, $1 million in 1922, that's nuts.
Yeah, exactly. And then the same year, When the Knighthood Was in Flower came out, that cost $1.5 million. And then the Ten Commandments in 1923, which cost about the same, but you have to adjust it a little, you know. Then in 1925, Ben-Hur came around, which cost just a shade under $4 million. And then Gone with the Wind in 1939, a little over $4 million. And then 1946, a movie I never heard of, Duel in the Sun, cost a little bit over $5 million. I guess that was a Western.
Yeah.
1947, Forever Amber, which cost a little bit over $6 million. Then it goes to 1951, Quo Vadis, which costs about $7.5 million.
Quo Vadis?
I don't know. Then the remake of Ten Commandments in 1956, you know, the one with Charlie Heston,
yes,
cost a little over $13 million. Think about it now, $13 million in today's money is like an indie film.
Yeah, pretty much. $13 million, wow.
1959, Ben-Hur, another Charlton Heston film, cost $1 million.
He's a moneymaker back then.
Well, he was like the Schwarzenegger of his day, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
1962, Mutiny on the Bounty, that cost $19.
$19.
$19 million. Did I say $19?
It sounded like you said $19.
That would be Marlon Brando there. 1963, Cleopatra cost $31 million.
Ooh, man, we jumped.
Yeah, you start to see it jump in year and in price a lot more now. And then we go to 1978, Superman, which cost $55 million.
Wow.
Then we have a little tie, 1988, 2 movies which cost $58 million, Rambo 3 and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, most of the money in Who Framed Roger Rabbit went to the licensing.
I guess, because you had Disney and Warner Brothers.
Absolutely. 1990, two movies that cost about $60 million, Total Recall and Die Hard 2.
Man, it's both so freaking good.
I did not like Die Hard 2.
Really? Oh, man. They're both great.
1991, $94 million was spent on Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
There you go.
1994, $100 million. The first $100 million movie, True Lies.
I don't think I ever saw that. And that's Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger and Tom Arnold. Really good movie. Really good movie. 1995, Waterworld, cost $172 million to make. 1997, Titanic, $200 million. And then jump ahead to 2003, a couple of movies here, The Matrix Reloaded, The Matrix Revolutions, and The Lord of the Rings trilogy. Then 2005, King Kong. 2006, X-Men The Last Stand, Superman Returns, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Then we go to Spider-Man 3, and then all three Pirates of the Caribbean sequels.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just wanted to go through that real quick. Let's go on to our next list.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. Alright, let's see. Let's give somebody else a shot here.
In the mouth.
That's gross. That's really nasty, dude. Okay, let's see. I gotta take out a lot of these that I did last time. I don't know why they're still in here. Bloody hell. Let's see, did I do this one? I see something from Pleated Jeans. I like that site.
Pleated Jeans?
That's a good site. No, I've done that with Tanya, damn. It's one of their signed things. Well, you know what? Maybe since I'm on Pleated Jeans, let me see if there's anything interesting to do there.
Yeah, look around.
Oh, I just want to see if there's anything posted today, because I haven't been there yet. Okay, these are always amusing. How about moments when Tumblr gets deep?
Oh, okay. When Tumblr gets deep?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, these are usually just like really weird things posted to Tumblr that kind of make you go, huh.
Things that make you go,
Yeah, and they do this, you know, like about once a week, and it's always 20 things. So here's the first one. This person posts, when you're sad, always remember that you don't look like you did in the 6th grade.
Is that good or bad?
That's good. Nobody looked good in the 6th grade. You probably look like an idiot.
I looked really blindy in the 6th grade.
Well, there you go. This next one, The Flawless posted, why do girls have fake pockets when guys can fit a laptop in theirs? That's true, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not like a real pocket. It's for fashion.
Yeah, like, what's the point?
Yeah. This next one, Suspend posted, I want kids, but I'm scared they'll blame me if they're ugly.
That's clever.
This next one, Malicious Melons posted, they say whomever smelt it dealt it, so technically this weed is yours, officer. I don't think that'll
so clever.
I don't think that'll hold up in court, but it is clever.
Yeah, I dare you to say it to the next police officer that catches you.
This next one, Lame Borghini, getting caught taking selfies in public changes you as a person.
You know, it probably does if you're sitting there.
If you're the kind of idiot that does that to begin with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one was posted by Sapient Pawnkeeper. Somebody should write an essay comparing and contrasting Tina from Bob's Burgers and Meg from Family Guy and explain why Tina hit the mark for respectfully portraying the awkward teenage years and why Meg is a huge fucking insensitive joke that isn't even funny. And then the reply from Pharaoh Sectotherm wrote, Tina is a character, Meg is a punchline.
Oh,
it's absolutely true. Did you know that Tina Belcher was voted the best character on television by readers of Entertainment Weekly?
Unbelievable.
It is believable if you watch Bob's Burgers, though. It's a really good show.
I think I might have seen like 2 or 3 minutes of it, and I was like, what else is on?
No, trust me, you got to sit with. She is a really great, and she really does capture that awkward teenager thing really well.
Is she the one with the bunny ears?
No,
I don't get it.
No, she's the one with the glasses.
Oh, what's with the bunny ears?
Oh, she's a little Machiavellian weirdo, so she's got to have some kind of hang-up. That's Louise.
Okay,
this next one was posted by Dutchster. Shakespeare's dating tips. Use romantic metaphors and beautiful rhymes on your girl until she's yours. Dress up as a guy, befriend your man, and ask him what he thinks about you. Kill her cousin, then yourself, because you love her so much. And don't be mean to your girl, or she might drown herself in a river. Be nice.
Was that Hamlet?
I think that was Hamlet, actually.
Yeah, because Ophelia, she drowns herself.
Although that wasn't because that was because she was so guilty. She was so guilt-ridden, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was so guilt-ridden she went insane.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, this next one posted by Viking Pony. My friend made an interesting point about Skyrim. The only beverages in Skyrim are alcoholic. Maybe there is no magic, no dragons, or anything. Maybe everyone is just drunk off their ass.
You never know.
It is true, there are only alcoholic beverages in Skyrim.
A little alchemy, if you know what I mean. Alcoholomy.
Actually, come to think of it, I guess the potions are the non-alcoholic beverages.
Well, yeah, but wait, are they potions you can drink?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't know, maybe you throw them and then shit happens.
Well, but that's what poisons are for. You poison your sword or whatever. Now. But potions you drink, like healing potions. Okay. Okay, this next one was posted by Geek Cut Studios. It's just a woman drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. The headline of this is "Go down a water slide and it isn't wet," and you'll understand why foreplay is so important. And then a woman drinking coffee. Toto posts, "This is the best explanation I've ever read. The pocket volcano right, wait, isn't that just an ordinary slide?"
I think the message comes across, though.
Yeah, exactly. Well, ordinary slides aren't made out of rubber.
Yeah, you just...
Alright, oh hell. That's my phone. I think it's just Facebook.
Peace!
Yeah, I just got tagged in a post, that's all it is. Alright, this next one posted by OE Universe. In order to become the supreme adult, you must perform the 7 wonders. Public speaking, not being afraid of teenagers, calling the doctor yourself, taxes, arguing without crying, having a normal sleep pattern, and having an answer to the question, what do you want to do with your life? There you go.
That is deep.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done a couple of those things.
I have done all of them except for having a normal sleep pattern.
And that one I might have a little difficulty with.
This next one was posted by Egberts. They wrote, "You're not friends if you haven't pooped at each other's houses." And then the next person writes, "But what if the friend is across the country or in another country?" And then Egberts reposts with a picture of a piece of mail going in a mailbox.
Ew.
Jesse, I'm going to mail you my poop. And then you mail me your poop.
We'll be poop friends. Poop pals.
There you go. Cornbian posts, "How do you become someone who puts stickers on fruit? Because I think I could do that." I think a machine does that, but okay.
I can be a machine.
Yeah. Analish. That's the person's name, believe it or not.
Some clever names here on Tumblr.
Analish posts, "Do you ever have those times at 4 a.m. where you get so motivated and decide to get all your shit together and then plan out your entire life and future, and then the next morning you're just like, lol?"
Actually, yes.
I think that happens to everyone at one point or another.
I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna do this, and... What? I feel like pizza pockets at 5 a.m.
Perspective posts, "I'm only motivated to sort out my life when I have good music playing." Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Humans in the Sky post, "Talking to a hot boy's parents like, I'm a big fan of your work." I mean, you could apply that to a girl as well. So they say if you're dating a girl and she's hot, you got to take a look at her mother because that's her in 20 years.
No, not always, but it is a good,
It's a good litmus test.
Litmus, thank you.
Mangolicious tasty post, "Oh my god. So I'm watching Frozen for the first time and Hans is so cute, can I wrap him up please?" And then a little later they post, "And suffocate him because I was wrong, man. I was so wrong."
Awesome, I like that.
I've never seen that movie and I don't want to, but I assume he's an asshole.
You gotta let it go.
Oh, shut up. Nothing Corporate posts, "Opinions on abortions are kind of like nipples. Everyone has them, but women's are a little bit more relevant."
That's good.
An Ankle of Depression writes, but all you ever see are men's.
Ooh.
Oh, exactly.
That is deep. Tumblr.
Death Cup posts, what happens if you put a werewolf on the moon is a great question, probably the best question ever asked. Would it be a werewolf all the time then?
I think it would just die.
Well, you put him in a little spacesuit.
Okay.
Give him some astronaut ice, Alright. Doxian posts, I want a movie about a little girl aged like 11 to 12 going through the struggles of prepubescent girl life with her entire inner monologue narrated by Samuel L. Jackson. Shot of a disgruntled, adorable little girl. I knew that Susie was a backstabbing motherfucker, and if anyone was going to ruin my chances of being Miss Sugar Drop Queen, it was that asshole. I didn't know I needed this in my life until now.
That is great.
The reply from Humble Bard is, this is never not funny.
I can just picture it right.
I want that movie to be made.
Even if you can do that as an indie movie, man.
Yeah, I'm sure Samuel L. Jackson would have a fun time doing that, too.
Yes, he would.
And finally, posted by Super Lewis, movie theaters are actually really cute, like a bunch of strangers come together to watch a movie together with snacks and candy and laughing and crying. Oh, good job, movie theaters. I see what you did there. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Out of 20, I'm going to give this 18.
Some of them I wasn't as... I didn't think it was all that great. 15, I'm thinking.
15, you were enjoying it. Shut up.
I was, but there were a couple I was like,
Oh, hell, what did I just do?
And 15 out of 20, that ain't bad.
No, it's not. Okay, Proof Nisei sent me a list, the 50 greatest examples of Superman being a dick.
Oh, wow, yes. Punches a nun.
Super dickery, huh? Let's see, this is from AD.com. Except when I went to the URL, I instead got something else. I think I fucked up. Hold on.
Oh, you fucked up.
It's okay. Alright, well, I'll do that list as well, but let me do the Superman being a dick one first because I announced it. He sent me 2 lists, and the URLs are right next to each other, so... Okay, so here we are. This is actually from Ranker.com, the 50 greatest examples of Superman being a dick. It starts from number 1. I don't know. Let's just start there. Number 1, the one where Superman tortures a guy for years and shows the Superman comic. There's like another Superman in a cage. He's kind of ragged looking. He says, please, Superman, you've kept me in prison here for a year. Either free me or kill me. And Superman says, all right, I'll kill you.
What the heck? What?
The secret of the Superman imposter.
Oh, damn, man. Superman, you're a...
Number 2, the one where Superman commits perfect murder. It shows Lois Lane. For some reason, she's in space wearing a spacesuit, and Superman is, like, severing her tether. And she's like, gasp, Superman, snap my air hose because I won't marry him. He's committing the perfect murder.
Holy hell. Superman,
that's from Lois Lane, It was always something like, it was, brainwashed or evil twin or something,
Yeah, she was a foil.
Another one from Lois Lane, the one where he's got jokes. It shows Lois Lane strapped to the front of a runaway truck, which is going off a cliff, and Superman says, you wanted to be with me to the end, Lois. This is it. So long. And he's, like, smiling and leaping away. He's like, problem?
You mad?
Number 4, another one where Lois is his emotional ragdoll. It shows an evil Lois beating up regular Lois, and Superman is sitting on a rock watching and going, oh, it's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's beating the shit out of Lois.
Whoa.
And he's like, ha, great show, Wonder Woman.
Oh, man.
Holy crap. Number 5, the one with Superman's bastard child. And it shows Superman looking very shocked, and I guess Lana Lang is holding up a certificate of marriage and pointing at a little baby Superman. She says, how can you deny I'm your wife, Superman? You signed our marriage certificate, and there's your super son. Why did you leave us?
I didn't realize there were so many domestic stories in the Superman universe.
That was very big in the 70s.
I guess.
Because the romance comics were big, and they published the Lois Lane comic.
Yeah.
Number 6, the one where Superman dresses Robin and Jimmy in outfits. And it shows Robin and Jimmy Olsen dressed as like superheroes getting zapped by some machine that Superman's controlling, and Batman's like, Superman, that force you're playing is killing Robin and Jimmy Olsen, turn it off. And Superman says, this has to be done, Batman, don't you dare try to stop me.
Man, talk about out of context.
Well, you know, all of these are from the cover. And the whole idea was to get you to buy the book to find out what happens, and it's never like exact. There's always some context, you know.
Superman gone bad. I gotta buy that, and then well, not really.
Yeah. Okay, number 7, the one where Superman is a horrible boss. It shows him he's got Supergirl locked in like a plastic tube, and he's like tossing her into space.
What?
Please, Superman, don't banish me. Give me another chance. I'm sorry to end your career, but you're a failure as Supergirl. I must exile you to another world.
So I'll toss you in this suppository into space.
That is kind of what it looks like, too. Looks like a suppository.
Awesome.
All right, number 8, another one where Superman denies people water. Shows all these like people dying of thirst, and they're including Lois Lane, and they're like crawling up to Superman. Superman, we're all dying of thirst. Well, you must let us drink the water. Nobody gets a drop.
Jeez, man. Where's Aquaman when you need him? He'll take care of shit.
He would have taken care of that pretty quickly, yeah. Number 9, the one where Batman and Superman let Robin dry. This shows, okay, the three of them are on a tandem bicycle, and Robin's the only one pedaling, and Superman and Batman have their legs up, and they're sitting there all smirking.
What the hell? I love these.
That's the world's finest. World's finest kind of made Superman and Batman. It's like the ultimate trolls.
Really?
Yeah. Number 10, another one where he makes out with someone horribly, and it shows, this is from Action Comics, Superman making out with Big Barda while a very devastated-looking Mr. Miracle is looking on and saying, Superman and my wife?
Oh, shit. I guess you wanted to upgrade.
Shit, right? Well, if you could be with Superman, right? Yeah, okay, number 11, the one where Superman gets all end-of-the-worldy. This is not from a cover, it's just showing him talking to Wonder Woman. He says, foolish, foolish girl, how easy it would be just to snuff out your life now. But perhaps I won't kill you. Not just yet, at least. You're very beautiful, Wonder Girl. Oh, it's Wonder Girl. Wonder Girl, there are other things we can do before you die. Oh, this is getting dark.
Ugh.
We can learn it if a beautiful woman can suffer as I have suffered, scoffed at by the world's beautiful women. And he's like choking her.
What the hell? So this isn't a cover. Good lord.
Yeah. Well, he was probably like evil at that point or something. Here's one from World's Finest, number 12, the one where Superman lets people think Batman is a witch. He's got Batman in stocks. Batman, you have been found guilty of witchcraft. I sentence you to be burned at the stake.
I gotta go now.
That's funny.
I could just see Batman being like, this is stupid.
He says, you know I'm innocent, Superman. Why are you framing me? And this is signs that the Bat Witch must burn.
Superman is crazy.
Number 13, the one where he makes out with someone on Lois's grave and shows Lois Lane's grave, and he's making out with Maxima on top of it.
Insult to injury, man.
This was actually from Armageddon 2001, which was a series showing hypothetical futures that could happen. So I guess this is a future where Lois Lane died and he hooks up with Maxima, who always wanted to be with Superman.
Yeah.
Having sexy makeouts right on her grave. Why not?
Because why not?
Cyclops did it, and that was in the real continuity. He hooked up with Emma Frost right on top of Jean Grey's grave.
Well, he's a bit of a dick.
Yeah, but that actually happened. That wasn't some hypothetical future.
Damn.
Couple of years later, it's like 7 years later, Jean Grey's still dead, and he's married to the White Queen, so there you go. Okay, here's another one from Lois Lane, number 14, the one where he calls it like it is. He's rushing in the door, and he said, there's Lois Lane and Lana Lane, and he says, I'll tell you, I'll never marry you, Lana, or you, Lois. Who wants a wife so stupid she doesn't realize I'm Superman when I take off my Clark Kent glasses?
Finally.
Jeez. Well, finally, that was back in the 70s, so.
Yeah, but still, come on, guys. Get with the program.
Number 15, the one with a super unfair fight. And he's handing a pistol to Batman and telling him that he's got a duel with him. Batman, of course, looks very dismayed.
No.
Apparently the Penguin and Terra Man set this up, so who knows. Good lord. Alright, number 16, the one where Superman plays games with Lana Lang's heart. Oh god, it shows, Clark Kent falling from a building, and Lana's like, hey, Clark, stop, go back, help. I can't look. Clark deliberately hurtling to his doom, and it's my fault because I turned down his marriage proposal.
Oh,
So
that's so
basically, he
mean.
proposed to Lana, she said no, so he threw himself out of building, knowing that he's Superman, then he won't be hurt. Just to fuck with her. Just to fuck with her.
Like, man, she's gonna have egg on her face tomorrow when Clark Kent shows up.
Number 17, the one where cheating is no big deal to Superman. And it shows Superman and Lois Lane, and she's like throwing plates at him. And says, I hate you, you super wolf, you two-timer. If our super baby hadn't ripped open that safe, I'd never know you're still in love with Lana, Lori, and Lila. And he says, Lois, I should have known our marriage would be unhappy. You'll always be jealous of my old girlfriends.
Well, he's really in love with the ladies that start with the letter L.
Well, yeah. Who keeps pictures of their exes locked in a safe? That is creepy.
And the whole super baby opening, that's weird. That's a weird story.
Well, that's Lois Lane. That's the Lois Lane comic. Those are all very weird stories. Number 18, easily the weirdest example of Superman being a dick. It's from the Jimmy Olsen comic. And I guess Superman is dressed like a shaman, and he's forcing Jimmy Olsen, who's dressed like a caveman, to marry a gorilla.
Oh, no, that's... Oh. That's got some layers.
I love
man.
this. Jimmy Olsen's going, Superman, this joke has gone far enough. I don't want to marry a female King Kong. And Superman says, sorry, Jimmy, but as local witch doctor, I now pronounce you man and wife.
Only in the Jimmy Olsen comic.
Jesus. Number 19, the classic where Jimmy begs for water, and it shows Jimmy Olsen and Aquaman in a desert, and they're like crawling on their stomach. Superman, stop this crazy test. Let us share that water or we die. And he's holding like a pitcher of water. And, sorry, Jimmy, the ground rules allow only one survivor, you or Aquaman.
Not a drop. What is it with him and the whole water thing?
Just give it to Aquaman. Nobody likes Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Number 20, from World's Finest, the one with Nazi Hitler Superman. Need I say any more? He's actually at a podium, given a Hitler salute, and Batman's going, stand back, no one can stop the new Superman from taking over the world.
You know, he very well might.
See Wonder Woman and Green Arrow, and they're all freaking out. It's pretty fun.
Does he have the swastika and everything?
No, it's the Superman logo on the flags.
Oh, okay.
Number 21, the one where Superman pulls the plug on Batman. Shows Batman on life support. And actually it looks like Copper from the Metal Men is actually pulling the plug. Superman's just kind of standing there laughing. This doctor is saying, stop, if you disconnect his respirator, Batman will die. And Superman says, what's one Batman, more or less?
What? Superman? Not so super, are you?
They definitely wanted to make him seem like a cock to get you to, on the cover, to get you to buy the comic and find out why he would do that.
It's just Batman.
Now, number 22, the one where Superman doesn't care about property damage. This is from the Superman comic. And there's this kid, Superman, don't just sit there, stop that thing before it wrecks Metropolis. And Superman's like, that's just what I'm waiting for it to do.
There's got to be some backwards reason why.
This is number 23. The one I've seen this one. The one where Superman is a horrible adoptive father to Jimmy. It's from the Jimmy Olsen comic, and he's got like this robe and he's burning it with his heat vision. He says, "Jimmy, this gift you got me for Father's Day makes me sorry I ever adopted you as my son. I'll have to destroy it to teach you a lesson." And he's like, "But Superman, I mean, Dad, what did I do wrong?"
So you know this, then what's the actual connotations behind it? Is he just being a dick?
I've just seen that picture before.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the comic or anything. This number...
You never read the Jimmy Olsen?
No, they were bad. Number 24 from Action Comics, the one where Superman doesn't care about jewel platters. And it shows Superman on a throne. He's wearing like a kingly robe and a throne and a crown.
Yeah.
Bah! The gifts your country sent me will not win any favors. Now that I'm ruler of the world, my first command is that every nation replace its flag with a Superman flag, like this one.
Oh, so it's the Nazi Hitler, or...
King of Earth, yeah.
Again.
Number 25, the one where he blackmails Lois. This is from the Lois Lane comic, and it shows a blindfolded Lois Lane handing Superman a box of money. It says, I'm wearing the blindfold just as you instructed me, Mr. Blackmailer, and here's my life savings. Now promise me you'll never tell Superman my awful secret. And there's Superman taking the money, and he's thinking I've tricked Lois into thinking I'm her blackmailer. Now to find out what her awful secret is.
Oh. Yeah, that is kind of dickish. Even if he gives her the money back and everything,
Yeah.
it's still pretty dickish.
Yeah, that is. Oh, this is from a Superboy comic, number 26, the Superman with emotional animal cruelty in it. And it's from the Superboy comic, and it shows Superboy playing with some other Superdog, and Krypto kind of looking all sad.
Aww.
Yeah.
Poor Crypto.
Number 27, the one the world can't get along without Superman. And that's funny. It shows Superman like jauntily walking. He looks like Leonardo DiCaprio in that famous gif of him like walking along jauntily.
Yeah.
And Lois Lane is there. She says, "Clark Kent, I'm so glad you finally realized the world can get along without Superman." And in the background, you see like an airplane crashing, a train getting derailed, a guy shooting another guy. You know, all the stuff he could have stopped. The building's on fire.
Like, I'm happy just being me.
Number 28, the one where Superman finds a little bastard's troublemaking kit. It shows Superboy in this class, and he's kicking over the teacher's desk and saying, "Okay, today, class, I'll teach you how to do the 3 R's, running, wrecking, and ripping."
Ripping? Like ripping beers? Yeah!
I suppose. Hold on a second. I gotta turn the heat down. It's getting very hot in here.
It's getting hot in here. So hot. So please keep your clothes on.
You know, just for that, I'm gonna take my shirt off.
Damn it.
Asshole. Or are you using reverse psychology to get me naked?
I don't know, am I?
I kind of think you are.
Maybe you should put the shirt back on.
Topless. Topless. Number 29, the one where Superman goes all Nolan Bane on Metropolis. Shows him busting criminals out of prison.
Oh no.
And this cop is going, "Oh, it's Superboy. Superboy double-crossed us. Instead of stopping the riot, he freed the convicts."
What a terrible mistake, except in the context of the story.
Of course. Of course, this one, they don't even know what's going on. This one says, number 30, the one where Superman overreacts a little bit. It's actually Superboy Prime ripping off somebody's arm. He was an evil character.
Yeah, wasn't he, what was that, Infinite something or other?
And it actually is from Infinite Crisis, yeah.
Crisis, yeah.
Infinite Crisis. Yeah, Superboy Prime was evil, so that kind of doesn't count.
But still.
Yeah. Number 31, the one where Superman screws with people's property for no reason, shows him stacking a bunch of cars open. Oh, this is from one of those kids' comics. Superman made a pile of 6 cars. He made a pile of 6 cars in all. Why would he do that? Just to teach kids to count to 6?
Yeah. Yeah, like what about the guy's car on the bottom? Look, what did you do to my car?
Number 32, the one where old Lois can suck it. And it shows, this is from the Lois Lane comic. I guess Lois Lane is grown old for some reason. Superman stepping out with Lana Lang. "Come on, Superman, we'll be late for a date at the theater." "Don't you work too late, Auntie Lois. You must go to bed early now that you've reached your old age." Oh. That's terrible.
Superman's upgrading now.
Shit. Okay, number 33, the one where Superman gets sick of Lois. It seems that happens a lot. And this is from inside a comic. He's talking to her. "Lois, for years you've been a nuisance, always getting into trouble. So I had to rescue you. I'm tired of it. You hear? Tired. Now I'm going to get rid of you once and for all." And he hands her off to a bunch of aliens.
Okay. Get ready for the anal probes.
What's funny is they're Uranians.
Oh.
Like they're from Uranus.
Anal probe, Uranus.
Yeah. Number 34, the one where Superman attacks a girl he crippled. This is from Action Comics. This girl in a wheelchair, house is on fire, Superman's busting through the wall, says, "Stay away, Superman. After you made me a cripple, I'd rather die than let you save me."
Oh, wow. Made her a cripple, like, completely changed her life.
I guess so. How would he do that, I wonder? All right, well, number 35, the one where Superman resorts to name-calling. Says Lois Lane, I disobeyed your warning and touched the space objects. Later I found I had kryptonite vision, but it was all accidental. I wouldn't harm you for anything." And he's like yelling at her. "You little idiot, I warned you to keep your hands off. Now you're a menace to my life. Go far away. Get lost."
I don't know, go far away, it sounds like you wanted to say go fuck yourself.
I think so too. That was a little mean. Yeah, and that's from the inside of the comic. I wonder what's going on there. Number 36, the one where Superman meets Pat Boone.
Ooh.
Oh my god. So, Lois Lane's playing a piano, and there's Pat Boone with his little tiny, like, ukulele or whatever. and they're singing. It says, and Superman's swooping, and Pat Boone and Lois Lane are singing a song about me. It's a great tune, but I must use all of my superpowers to prevent it from becoming a hit.
That's just silly.
That is ridiculous. That is so 1970s.
That's
1970s romance comics. I must use my superpowers to stop this song from becoming a hit.
Use your superpowers only for the power of good, right?
Number 37 from the Lois Lane comics. I guess she's in jail, and it says, she's a Superman. Identify me. Tell me I'm Lois Lane, your friend. And he says, officer, I give you my word of honor. This girl is a dangerous criminal. She must be imprisoned for life.
Oh no! What will we do?
All right, number 38. The one where a space pod looks like a baby bottle, and I don't know what. It shows Superman talking to these like space control guys. They say, don't you understand? Not only can't I save your astronaut, but I won't. Oh, snap. Number 39, the one where Superman is bad at cheating.
What?
Okay.
Happened to just keep this on my couch.
What the fuck is going on there?
Tyler's talking about the dog.
All right. So I guess this is crazy. Superman literally takes candy from a baby in this.
Well, it's easy, right?
I guess.
For Superman, you could do it practically in his sleep.
Yeah, but that's crazy. Number 40, the one where he loses his temper with the Superman family, and I guess he's like threatening the pranksters. The prankster's saying, "There's no law against putting pennies in my ears, Super Snoop," and he says, "Stop it, prankster! Stop it, or I'll kill you."
Wow.
He just wants to put pennies in his ear.
Yeah, like what's the big deal?
I don't know why he does.
Maybe they're kryptonite pennies.
But they're in his ear, not in Superman's ear. Number 41, another Clark Kent death faking. I guess he jumped off a boat before, and Lois Lane is like, "Oh, Jimmy, this note Clark left behind, I'd never dreamed he'd do." And you see Superman underwater. "My trick worked. I made Lois think Clark Kent drowned himself because of her. Now the plot thickens."
Yeah, and like traumatize her again.
And Jimmy Olsen this time.
Oh, yeah.
This one looks like it might be the sequel to the last one. It's from the Jimmy Olsen comic, and it shows Superman holding up like a wet hat and suit and says, "Confess you killed Clark Kent, Jimmy. I found these clothes in the sea. Now what did you do with his body?"
Yeah, it is
the crazy thing about this is Jimmy Olsen is holding a bomb behind his back, and he's thinking, Superman knows I'm guilty. I'll have to kill him too with this special gamma weapon.
So gamma rays kill Superman?
I would doubt that would work. Maybe you'd get a Super Hulk out of it.
Oh, awesome.
Number 43. Okay, now this is great. This is a famous one. It's from Adventure Comics. It shows Superboy and a young Bruce Wayne. Mm-hmm. And he says, "See, Bruce, my time telescope looks into the future. One day you, Bruce Wayne, will be Batman, and I, Clark Kent, will be Superman." And young Bruce Wayne says, "Golly, Superboy, we'll both know each other's secret identities and fight crime together." And then I assume Superboy says, "Oh, and I totally won't save your parents."
Oh, yeah.
Like, by the way, your parents are going to be shot. That's why you become Batman, you asshole.
Yeah, so, sorry, lol.
Yeah, right. Number 44, the one where Superman gets Jimmy committed.
Poor Jimmy.
He's in a straitjacket. I'm not crazy. I tell you, Superman is really reported Clark Kent, and if you let me out of the straitjacket, I'll prove it. And Superman's just like, poor Jimmy. Till he gets over his delusion, you must keep him in solitary here at the asylum.
God, so make him crazy. All for your stupid secret identity.
I know, right? Number 45, the one where Superman feeds a dragon Soylent Green, kind of. Okay, there's this dragon, and it's got its mouth open, and there are people, like, walking into its mouth, and there's this, like, Viking dude with a sword, and he's saying, "I'm going to save those helpless people from being devoured, Superman," and Superman's like, "Not if I can help it, you won't."
Just, is that another cover?
Yeah.
Just the connotations, man, like, I'm interested.
Very strange. Very strange. Number 46, another one where Superman destroys money. It shows this huge pile of money. He's burning it with his heat vision. And Lois Lane's like, please, Superman, you've got all the money in the world. Help these poor people. You stay back. I've got a reason for destroying it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a valid one.
Probably. Number 47. This is from the very first Super. This is from Action Comics number 1.
Ooh.
And though, okay, I got to give you a little context. It's a single panel. There was this girl that was going to be executed for murder, but she was innocent, and Superman found like the real woman that was the murderess, and he had her tied up and gagged, and he puts her near a tree, and he's saying to her, make yourself comfortable. I haven't got time to attend to it. Well, she is a murderer, so who cares if she's comfortable?
Exactly.
Number 48, the one where Jimmy eats a lot and then is forced to remain fat.
What?
Oh, okay. He's got this scale, and Superman's saying, Happy Jimmy, the Maharaji promised to give me your weight in jewels, and you're weighing in at 300 pounds. And there's Fat Jimmy saying, but I don't want to be fat, not for all the jewels in the world. Could you help reduce Superman, please?
Help me reduce. That's a weird way of putting it.
I've heard people say it like that. I don't know. It's archaic.
I just say lose weight.
Yeah, I don't know. Number 49, the one where he burns bridges, and he's punching a statue of Lois Lane to bits. He says, now that we're no longer married, these no longer interest me. That's
so this beautiful statue will be crumbling forever.
And finally, number 50, the Superman with the sad robot, and it shows this robot holding a safe, and it's saying, stop, Superman, the moment you harm this super robot, you set off a bomb in the heart of the city.
Oh no! What will happen?
I don't know, Superman's not doing anything particularly dickish, he's just sort of flying, you know.
Yeah, I guess it's just context.
Yeah, out of 50, I'm going to give this a 42.
Yeah, I was thinking 45. A lot of them were pretty good. Some of them were a little missed.
Okay. All right, this other list, also sent in by Poofnissy from Audi.com, the 12 most inappropriate Disney pictures.
Okay, so like pictures or like films?
Mostly photographs. They're all photographs from like Disney World and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Disney stores, you know, anything to do with Disney. This first one, the caption, I think this is a little too sexy for Mr. Donald, shows this young girl in a bikini kneeling down next to a Donald Duck statue that's holding like a water bottle or something, but in the context of it, it looks like it's his erection. Yeah. The next one here shows a stripper on a. There's a stripper. I guess this is from a strip club. There's a guy in a Donald Duck costume in the audience there.
That would. I think that might be creepy.
Holding up a dollar and everything. Maybe it's Dolan. It's Uncle Dolan. Yeah. Okay, the kinkiest microphone ever. There's a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse microphone. It looks like a dildo. I'm going to send you this.
I wonder if it vibrates.
It's got balls and everything. Here, I just sent it to you.
Click. Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's got balls.
It does? He's not lying, folks.
Yeah, I mean, I get those are supposed to be like Mickey's feet, but it doesn't look like Mickey's feet.
No, not really.
All right. Design fail. This guy, it shows a young boy riding on one of those, like, you know, those like little mini rides outside of a store.
Yeah.
And it's some Disney character that I don't recognize, but the thing is the face is like looking right at your crotch.
Oh, I think I've seen one that's like Donald Duck.
We've all seen that one. This is a little different, yeah.
Okay.
This one, oh my god. Please tell me this is photoshopped. This looks like a guy taking a picture of his daughter standing next to a Mickey Mouse statue, but it looks like the Mickey Mouse statue has a really big erection, and she's like got her hand on the... Tell me, this has got to be Photoshop. Look at this.
Okay.
It's too much like a cock for it to be anything else.
What? Whoa. Okay, that's like monster dick. That's ridiculous.
But it looks like a dick. It doesn't look like it could be like an arm or something.
Yeah, what other context could that be? I don't know. That's weird. I don't like that.
Okay. This shows a picture of, like, some kids getting their picture taken with, like, Beauty and the Beast. For some reason, the Beast is, like, covering the kids' heads with his paws.
That's like, you're not allowed.
Probably funny, yeah. This must be one of those bootleg Disney t-shirts. It shows Mickey Mouse wearing a poncho, he's got an umbrella, and it says sex.
That's it?
It's probably one of those bootleg... It's probably from another country, you know. Yeah.
So weird, man. I love it.
Hey, here we got some ladies, an older lady and a younger lady, and they got those, like, those little Mickey and Minnie hats, and they're wearing them over their tits like they're little bras.
Oh. Haha, I guess.
They look slightly drunk.
Slightly?
Yeah, how about a cop arresting Snow White? And people taking pictures?
Whoa!
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't just poison in that apple.
There was a one of those, like, little sippy cups, but it's like Belle from Beauty and the Beast, but it looks like it's coming out of her, like, crotch, so it looks like Belle has an erection that you suck on.
Belle has an erection that you suck on.
That's what it looks like. It's just a bad placement of statues. It's I see Jiminy Cricket, I see Winnie the Pooh and a couple of his friends, and it really looks like the rabbit is butt fucking Eeyore. It's just bad person.
People have been kind of on the fence about the rabbit's sexuality.
Take a look at that. Well, Eeyore doesn't look too pleased. Not that he ever does.
Where are we? Oh!
I mean, it looks like he's butt fucking him.
Yes. He looks quite pleased about it.
Yeah. Okay, this is from, like, just a drawing. Okay, actually, see, this is actually put in there on purpose because the Disney artists love to sneak penises into drawings.
Yes.
And there's a drawing of Mickey Mouse standing there, and Minnie Mouse is giving him a hug, and it looks very sweet and innocent, but when you look at Minnie's dress, it's shaped like a blue penis, and I'm going to send you this so you can see it.
Oh. Click. Holy shit, it like popped out. Like, I could instantly see it.
Yeah.
I guess because I was looking for it, but damn.
I mean, the head of the cock is like her shoulder, you know, and yeah. It's not subtle, though.
No.
I mean, of course, there was the Little Mermaid cover. You remember that?
Yeah, in the background.
One of the spires of the castle was, like, clearly a cock.
Yeah, it was very shaped like one.
So much so that when they re-released it, they had to change it.
I certainly would have, because I don't want penises in my Little Mermaid picture.
Or maybe you do.
Maybe I do.
Maybe she does. All right. Out of 12, I'm going to give this a 10.
Out of 12, you know what, I'll give it 11. I'll knock it one off, because it wasn't perfect.
Well, there were a couple in there that, like, either look photoshopped or, like, bootleg or something, you know?
That one with the Mickey with the huge dong, I'm still not sure.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of when I think it might have been photoshopped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's one from Poofnisse from Inside Box. It was a video made by Inside Box. The 7 most bizarre fighting game characters.
Oh, this should be good.
What do you think?
Video game.
What do you think would be on here, like, for a weird character from a fighting game?
Oh, I think there's a lot of weird ones in Guilty Gear, I think, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, number 7 from the Mortal Kombat series, we have
Cat. Since he moved out of him?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got all the balls all over
There's
him.
way too much background noise over there, dude. Is there any way you could, like, I don't know, close the door or something?
It is closed.
Jesus Christ.
It's a very tight area.
I guess so, huh? Yeah, mocap is weird. Of course, it's got to be spelled with a K.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. Number 6 from Guilty Gear, Zappa.
Yeah. Okay, I knew Guilty Gear would be in here somewhere. There's a lot of weird
in a
characters.
game full of people named after musicians, of course, the weird guy is the one named after Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa, yeah.
Number 5.
Which one was he? Which one was he though?
I don't know. I don't play Guilty Gear, so.
Oh.
But number 5 from Street Fighter Cross Tekken, the Bad Mega Man art box.
Oh, Bad Box Mega Man.
Yeah. Oh, the fat Mega Man. He's
He's
not even a robot. He's like some guy.
Yeah, it was so odd. That was one of the weirdest promotional things I've seen.
Extremely insulting to Mega Man fans. Mega Man fans have been begging for Mega Man to be in a fighting game forever. They wanted him in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, they gave us Fat Mega Man. They wanted him in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. There was a poll on Capcom's website asking what characters do you want to be added to Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The number one most requested character, according to their own poll, was Mega Man X. They didn't put him in the game and said it's because not enough people wanted him.
Well, what the hell? What do they need? You know?
I don't know. He was the number one most requested character. So what they did was they gave Zero a costume that looks like Mega Man X. The only one doing what fans want is Nintendo.
Yeah, Smash.
Yeah. Number 5. Oh, that was number 5. Number 4. Abraham Lincoln in Battle for Presidency.
That's a game?
I didn't even know about this.
What system?
I don't know. I
gotta seek this out. I want to play as the president beating up another president.
Now, but I wonder if you could beat Abraham Lincoln and just beat the snot out of Obama.
Emancipate this!
Yeah, exactly, right? Number 3 from the Dell Jam series, we have Flava Flav.
Def Jam?
Well, I assume, but it says Dell Jam. I guess that's a typo.
The Dell Jam!
It says Dell Jam. I didn't write it. Flava Flav. Does he hit people with his clock?
You know, he probably clocks them out that way. Time to punch out.
Yeah,
punch you out.
Clock. Number 2, Hornet from Fighters Megamix.
Oh, okay.
Play that one. And number 1 from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the character that shouldn't have been in the game, Phoenix Wright.
I think that's pretty cool, though.
But he's a lawyer, and you're putting him in a fighting game.
Objection!
And he's completely useless, and what you have to do is you have to summon the girl to, like, block attacks while you search for evidence, and once you find 3 pieces of evidence, then you can attack the enemy.
Wait, really?
Yeah. That's how it works. He's extremely weak unless you find the evidence.
That's weird. That's actually pretty weird.
And then his attacks are like word bubbles coming out of his mouth.
Well, I kind of like that.
Yeah, but it's like, that's what we got instead of Mega Man.
Yeah.
A fighting robot! Come on now!
Super fighting robot.
That's perfect for a fighting game, don't you think?
Yeah.
Out of 7, I'm gonna give this like a 5. It was good, but there are some weird, like half the cast of BlazBlue could have been on here.
Or what about the Blob from Clay Fighter?
Well, Clay Fighter was supposed to be weird, though.
Well, yeah, that makes it weird.
Yeah, but these are like weird characters from, I don't know though, they got the President game on there. Who the fuck knows?
I'll give it a 6. I liked a lot of them. Bad Box Art Mega Man. You want Mega Man? Here you go, motherfucker.
Yeah, here you go, asshole. All right, well, let's do one more because I am, not feeling too good today, so I didn't want to make this a super long episode.
Oh, everybody
Here's
give him a collective hug.
Yeah, here's one from S Serpent 21. This is 20 death battles that he'd like to see in no particular order. Of course, Screw Attack's death battle.
Yes.
Do great animations based on these fights, like Godzilla versus Gamera or Captain America versus Batman. Things like that.
Things you may not otherwise see.
So these are ones that he'd like to see, and I'm going to ask you who do you think would win in these situations. Top 20. Number 20, Metal Babel from the Dragon Quest series versus Rubble from Chrono Trigger. Unhittable Fortune Bearers.
I'm not too familiar, unfortunately.
They'd run away. Well, you know what? The Metal Babel would lose because he'd run away. The Rubble at least sticks around for the... No, actually, that runs away after a while, too.
Maybe that's why this is on the bottom of the list, because they both run away.
Well, you know what? The Rubbles don't actually really attack you. They just kind of hang around and then run away eventually, while the Metal Babbles actually have fighting capability.
So in that case, it must be the Metal Babel.
Absolutely. Number 19, Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins versus Dirk the Daring from Dragon's Lair. Lame knights looking for princesses. Well, Arthur's got the worst armor ever. You hit him once and it all flies off and he's left there in his underwear.
But at least he can take a hit.
Yeah, but Dirk the Daring can't take a hit at all, so... I don't know. I think Arthur would win that. So.
Yeah, he's also got a better arsenal.
Yeah. It depends on how fast the person playing Dirk the Daring can press the commands, right?
Woohoo, yeah.
Yeah, if they get one wrong, he's dead. Number 18, T-Hawk from Street Fighter versus Chief Thunder from Killer Instinct.
Oh!
Well, you know what?
Why
not make that a three-way battle and include Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat?
Ooh.
I think Nightwolf would kill both of their asses.
Yeah, I have a good feeling, because, I don't know, Thunder used to be the character I was the best at, and then I got Fulgore, and that was awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
Number 17, Ziria Lee from Chronicles of a Dark Lord versus Rosa from Final Fantasy IV. What?
Wait, why?
Because they're both wives of ass kickers who also kick ass, but no, Rosa doesn't kick ass, she heals ass.
Yeah, so I guess she could just keep healing herself while...
Here's the thing, in Chronicles of a Dark Lord, Ziria is God tier. Whereas in Final Fantasy IV, Rosa is a good character to have, but is not as good damage-wise as, say, like Kain or Edge.
Edge, man.
Edge is the God tier character in that game, you know?
Yes! But I keep Rosa for the healing.
Yeah. So I think Ziria, there's no doubt Ziria would just rip her apart easily.
In terms of firepower, yeah.
Absolutely. Number 16, Kefka from Final Fantasy VI versus Judge Death from the Judge Dredd comics.
I'd like to say Kefka, since he practically became a god.
He did destroy the world.
Yeah.
Gotta give him that. But that is a cool idea, though.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with Judge Dredd, but I do know of...
Judge Death is pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty badass. Number 15, a slime from the Dragon Quest series versus the Mud Crab from Elder Scrolls. Chump monster fight. I gotta think that the slime would win that.
Really? What's wrong with the mud crabs?
You look at them hard and they die.
At least the slimes put up a fight.
Get a bunch of his buddies and they join together and become a king slime, you know?
Oh no.
Number 14, Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe versus Shadow from Final Fantasy VI. That's a cool.
Oh, that would be really cool.
That is cool, yeah. I gotta think Snake Eyes would win that, though.
I don't know. Shadow's pretty badass in that quiet way, but then
Shadow's throwing coins and Snake Eyes has a machine gun, you know?
Yeah, but Shadow can throw almost anything and do serious damage.
Yeah, but he's still throwing things, whereas, like I said, Snake Eyes has, like, a machine gun.
Yeah, I guess he's got literal firepower.
You know what I really like about the Final Fantasy ninjas is they're actually very true to, like, what actual ninjas were like. Do you know that what shurikens actually were?
What?
They were coins.
They were...
Yeah, and
really?
they were not used as a weapon. They were used as a distraction because ninjas were not actually fighters. They were spies. They were assassins.
Yeah.
So they would throw whatever to distract someone.
Yeah, I know. Ninjas wouldn't go in head on.
But they became so good at throwing money that they started to make sharpened stars for throwing.
Wow, so that's the origins. I learned something else today.
There you go. Well, that technique in Final Fantasy, it's called Zeninage, which literally means throwing coins. All right, number 13, Duke Nukem versus Johnny Cage.
I guess it's people wearing glasses?
Just like, I guess, badass boasters, you know?
I'm so great. I have the name Johnny tattooed across my chest.
I gotta think that, is Duke Nukem allowed to use guns in this?
I think it's, whatever pertains to their game.
Yeah, then I don't think Johnny Cage is going to stand that much of a chance.
Yeah, he's going to throw green fireballs.
Yeah.
Slow green fireballs.
He's a good character in Mortal Kombat, but, the only guy using a gun in Mortal Kombat is, like, Stryker, you know? Alright, number 12, Booker DeWitt from Bioshock Infinite versus John Marston from Red Dead Redemption. That's an interesting... Well, Booker certainly has the better arsenal. The question is, does he have Elizabeth helping him or not?
I guess if it's just one-on-one...
If it's just one-on-one, then I gotta think that John Marston's gonna probably win that.
Is he the fastest hand in the West?
What is the venue? Is it in Columbia? Is there sky hooks around, or is it just Booker with a gun,
Yeah, is it like a Final Destination? You put them both on?
Yeah, exactly, right? Okay, number 11, Chrono from Chrono Trigger versus Ness from Earthbound.
Why those two together?
Probably, well, they're both time travelers,
Yeah, I guess.
I gotta think Chrono's just gonna destroy Ness.
Yeah, but I don't know. Everybody can pray, and then...
No, I don't think that would work on Chrono.
Yeah.
He's not an alien abortion, Number 10, Iron Man versus James Bond. Well, that's interesting. Because, Iron Man's got the suit, and, James Bond is, got, his cell phone, but it does everything,
And they're both intelligent people.
I gotta think James Bond's gonna win that, because he's gonna figure out a way to, short out the suit.
Yeah, some disruption.
Yeah, exactly.
Something or other.
It's gonna have something from Q that's gonna, send out an EMP and fuck up the suit. And then he'll just, pull Tony out of the suit and just strangle him to death.
Yeah, because what if it was Tony against James Bond?
Well, that's what it's going to come down to, I think. All right, number Billy and Jimmy Lee from Double Dragon versus Cody and Guy from Final Fight.
Ooh.
I don't know. That's a hard one. I think they're probably...
Yeah.
I got to probably say that the Final Fight, Cody would probably get killed. But I think that Guy is going to... Guy is going to be... He's an actual ninja, so I think he's the one that's going to survive.
Yeah, they made a whole game about him. Final Fight Guy.
Well, no, that was just the alternate version of Final Fight that you could actually play as him.
Yeah, it's just a swap out.
Yeah, because for some reason, when they brought Final Fight to the Super Nintendo, it didn't have him. It was just Cody and Hagar. So then they made a version with just Guy and Hagar. Which is crazy, because Final Fight 2 had 3 characters, and Final Fight 3 had 5 characters. So why was it so hard to get 3 characters in the first one?
Figuring out the technology was still in its infancy, maybe?
I think maybe it's because they were adapting it from arcade.
Well, I'd like to think that Bimmy and Jimmy can get it done a little bit better.
You said Bimmy.
I know. That's what it says on the game.
Well, that's, What's funny is he actually wrote, not Bimmy. Number 8, how about Splinter versus Yoda? I gotta think that Yoda's gonna bitch him.
He's got the Force.
And a lightsaber.
And a lightsaber. What if it...
Splinter is, really good.
I don't know.
Splinter's, really good at karate, but that's, what he's just a rat that does karate.
What if it was just hand-to-hand? I mean, they're both old dudes.
Yoda's so agile, though. I think Yoda's just going to destroy him anyway.
That's true.
All right, number 7, Captain Picard versus Cyan from Final Fantasy VI.
What?
Probably because they're both warrior poets.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh yeah, Cyan wrote.
Cyan would be talking, and Captain Picard would be just countering his arguments and stuff while just slowly manipulating his armchair thing to have the Enterprise fire on him,
Yeah, like a distraction, but it starts out as a word battle.
Captain Picard doesn't lose. I'm sorry, but...
No.
Alright, number 6. Tyrion Lannister versus Eric the Midget.
Who's Tyrion Lannister?
Game of Thrones.
Oh,
now,
see, I don't know.
First off, I'm going to decline to comment on this because Eric the Midget, just died the other day.
Oh, shit.
But, so I don't want, but I just, it's not fair. Tyrion is he's a midget, but he's a warrior midget, whereas Eric the Midget is literally just a crippled guy in a wheelchair. It's just not fair.
Oh, okay, I think I know who you mean.
But Eric just died, last week, so yeah. Number 5. Judge Dredd versus Odo from Star Trek.
Oh, two
No matter, I gotta say that, I gotta think Odo's gonna win that because nothing hurts him.
yeah, he could just turn into an armchair and just hang out for a while.
I mean, bullets aren't gonna hurt him. It just morphs through him.
Yeah, he can make it part of him if he wants.
Yeah, exactly. So nothing. He's pretty much invincible.
Just get him a bucket. He'll be happy.
Exactly. Number 4, Simon Belmont versus Dante from Devil May Cry. Well, that is interesting. I think that I, as much as I'm a Castlevania fan, I mean, I gotta say that Dante would win that because he's so agile and he has guns.
And, he's got moves, man. When you get some combos going.
Simon is like a barbarian warrior, you know what I mean? Well, Dante is like Blade.
Yeah, and being a barbarian warrior, you can one-punch somebody, but if you miss...
But not only if you can get close to them.
That's the thing.
Dante's
got guns.
That whip isn't going to do much against bullets.
Yeah.
Number 3, the IG-88 from Star Wars versus Robo from Chrono Trigger. Well, I got to get with the Robo just on the fact that I've never seen that Star Wars guy actually do anything.
I mean, I've listened to a song entirely about him, but he seems...
Never gonna give you up.
Yeah, it's Robo. Yeah. But Robo's seems like he's packing a little more. He's a little chunkier. He's got... I think he has a better weaponry. He has a weaponry... He is his weaponry.
Yeah, pretty much.
IG-88's still got a pack heat,
Yeah. Number 2, the Borg from Star Trek versus the aliens from the Alien series. Now that would be a cool thing to say.
Well, what about an alien Borg? What if they managed to assimilate them?
Well, see, actually, I don't think they would manage to assimilate them. I think that what's going to happen is they're going to, a facehugger's going to hit a Borg, and then a fucking Borg alien's going to come out and kill all of them.
Shit.
So I think that's what'll happen. I think the alien will assimilate the Borg. So.
What about those...
you saw Alien versus Predator. I mean, remember how they, if it got out of control, they would have to nuke the whole area to take out the aliens. Or like the movie Aliens, is it nuke it from orbit? It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah, you gotta kill everything.
And number 1, Cabal from Mortal Kombat versus Voldo from Soul Calibur. The Battle of the Weirdos.
Well, Cabal started out not so weird.
What do you mean? He was a weird fucking guy with a mask and hooks and scars and...
Yeah, but before all that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I gotta imagine that at one point Voldo was just some dude who maybe harbored some weird fetishes, but... Who would we... Okay,
but yeah, Voldo was always...
I gotta say Cabal is gonna...
his movements are even weird.
Cabal is gonna win that because he's super fast. He's a top-tier character in Mortal Kombat. He can run so fast that it's like teleporting. He could shoot...
Practically.
He could shoot energy balls. Whereas Voldo is just gonna hump the ground and flail his scissor blades. I think Voldo is pretty much a fetish, whereas Cabal is an actual fighter.
Yeah, Voldo will put on a show, but Cabal will finish the job.
There you go. I think you're right on that, and I'm gonna out of 20. I'm gonna give this a 15. There were some really good ideas in here, but some lopsided battles. Ziria Lee versus Rosa. Tyrion Lannister and Eric the Midget. Are you kidding me?
Maybe that's just to see the chaos ensue. To watch Ziria pummel Rosa into submission.
I mean, the Tyrion versus Eric the Midget. I mean, what is Eric the Midget gonna do other than sit there and insult him?
Maybe it's a battle of insults.
Fuck you, jackass! As much as I thought he was...
And then Tyrion says something eloquently.
I'm going to talk about Eric the Midget just very briefly, because I thought he was one of the most irritating motherfuckers on the planet. Now that he's gone, I kind of miss him. You know what I mean? Because, they did a show they did a Howard Stern show in remembrance of him just last week, and, they played all the classic clips and all the greatest calls and all his insults and everything, and And you know, like, you know, I am gonna miss the little fucker. I mean, you know, all the greatest...
Well, of course, now that he's gone, you know he's never coming back.
Yeah, I know, I'm club fucking footed, you asswipe. You know, this guy, he was 39 years old. And he outlived all expectations of his death. Doctors told him he wouldn't make it out of his teens.
Wow.
Yeah. And I used
that
to
is
say...
defying death right
And
there.
I used to say it's because only the good die young. He really was an evil little midget, but you know, the spin that Howard gave it. I mean, he talked about him. He you know, he praised him very highly. He said that, you know, he was a guy who was dealt a really. I mean, you think you have health problems. This guy had the worst hand dealt to him imaginable. Not only was he a midget, but he had the club feet. He couldn't walk. He had gnarled little hands. He had the blotchy complexion. He had all sorts of organ failures. I mean, he was told he wouldn't make it to 20 years old. And he did really, like, love life. He loved celebrities and big tits and, you know, calling the Howard Stern show and being a hateful little fuck. And if that's what made him happy, you know, maybe he deserved a little happiness.
And yeah, I mean, he got to be a celebrity of sorts for...
Yeah. TV show, you know, I mean, he got laid at the Bunny Ranch, you know?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you know what? I mean, as much as he was an irritating little fuck about they would try to get him to do all these stunts and he would always refuse and, you know, just be a bitch about it. But, you know, what it really comes down to is he even though he had no reason to, he did have a strong sense of dignity. He wouldn't do anything that he felt demeaned him.
Did they ever try to?
Oh, many, many times. Like, there was this idea that said, how about we have this idea where we dress you up in a Superman costume and fly you into chicks' big boobs? And he says, no Superman costume, but you can fly me into the boobs. Like Howard Stern, when he started America's Got Talent, he had the idea, what if, like, I'm a judge and I'm just sitting there and just one episode I have Eric the Midget sitting on my lap for no reason and we just never explain why he's there. And everybody thought that was really funny, because that is, like, imagine you're watching America's Got Talent, and Howard has this little guy sitting there who doesn't talk, and he sits there and smiling, and they never bring it up, and they never explain.
All the judges play it straight.
Exactly. Like, wouldn't that be, like, isn't that a really funny idea? And, you know, so he said to him, what do you think of this, Eric? What do you think if you just sit in my... And he goes, Howard, I'm 37 fucking years old.
I'm not going to sit in your lap.
It's like the perfect answer. It's like, I'm not a little kid. I'm not going to sit in your lap, you asshole. So, you know, like I said, I just want to talk about that very briefly. I do miss the little fuck. You never get to hear his evil midget little voice again. So it's kind of, it is a sad.
But there's still all the clips and all the memories. It was all recorded.
Years and years of insults. So, yeah, it is all out there. I mean, even just on YouTube, there was you see, like, Eric the Midget Part 1. It's like clips of him, and it's like a 6-hour video. And then there's like 20 his videos. This was a guy that called the Howard Stern show every day. He didn't always get on the air, but he called every day. So, there you go. And I mean, there was a guy who wanted to talk to him, called Howard Stern, and he says, hey, Howard, is Eric the Midget on hold? And he goes, actually, he is. So there you go. Anyway, that's going to be the show. See you soon for List Critics. And that was List Critics 2.
Yeah. See you guys next time on Armageddon Time.
Oh, he can't do it. All right, I'll see you.